Okay, just hello, everyone. Mary Lou Andre back again for another edition of Beyond Dressing Well Live. Well, welcome, everyone. We have another jam-packed show for you tonight. But first off, I wanted to share a little gratitude. It is November, the month of gratitude. And boy, do I have so much to be thankful for. I just returned yesterday from our second annual Thrive Retreat. We held it at the Chatham Bars Inn, and we had 12 wonderful women go on an incredible journey with us. The name of the retreat was Reset, Reflect, and Renew. And I think all of us did just that. We also had an amazing vision board experience with Deb Slews, the owner of Dare to Declare. And boy, did Deb pack a big punch for us. She kicked off our retreat on Sunday morning, walked us all through the vision board exercise, and stayed with us to the bitter end. She's a lot of fun on top of being very good as a visionary, and just gave us weren't really necessarily looking to change our lives in some big dramatic way. Most of the women on the retreat were looking to really reflect and think about what their next chapter looks like. So in between vision boarding and good food and good conversation and spa time and walks on the beach and walks to the lighthouse, we also did a lot of shopping. It was a blast. We took downtown Chatham by storm. We also had a private shopping night over at Island Pursuit, and a big shout out to Mary and Val, the store managers who took such great care of us, and we really had a blast. We headed back over to the inn on our final night, had a beautiful dinner together. There is nothing like breaking bread with a group of like-minded special women. And then we reclined to the beautiful living room with fireplaces at the Chatham Bars Inn, and we did our own fashion show and tell. I had to see what everybody bought because some of the folks went into Chatham Center with Sarah. Some of them were over at Island Pursuit with me. We all ended up at over Island Pursuit, but it was so much fun seeing what everybody bought. And I also just wanted to give a big shout out to our amazing goodie bag sponsors. Tiffany, if you're listening, Tiffany Bishop from Neiman Marcus, she supplied these beautiful leather bags, just so many cosmetic goodies in here. And our friends over at Island Pursuit, we'll get to Island Pursuit, but our friends over at Top It Off, you heard me say last week that they were just put on Oprah's special things for Christmas, and they gave us these beautiful wraps. Everybody got a wrap that went on the retreat. And we also had Island Pursuit put in these adorable hats. I don't have mine with me, but this turtle fur hats that everybody went crazy for. And Janine, of course, Janine Gerade, who's our guest tonight, put in some of her earrings for everyone. So on top of the vision boarding, on top of the weather, it was hard to believe that it was November. I had to rechange my entire wardrobe once I heard what the weather was going to be. But on top of the weather, the good food, the good company, we had a bonfire one night under the stars. It was a full moon, which just guided us in such a wonderful way. I think that the folks that were on the retreat with us would agree that nobody left the same that they came. So grateful to all of you who went on the journey. Big shout out again to Deb Slews, who was our vision board leader. Big shout out to Sarah Zengo, who was there as always to provide such elegance and care to our clients. And to those of our clients, we had a couple more folks come last night, Jean O'Brien and Kristen Rupert. We were so glad you could join us for dinner the final night, but it was just an extraordinary experience. So just wanted to share a little bit about that. We are enrolling into our 2023 leadership programs right now, and we're expanding a little bit to give even more clients an opportunity to go on some of these amazing experiences, retreats with us, and also participate in our personal development, self-care, giving back, networking, style, and beauty retreats. So get on my calendar directly if you'd like to learn any more about these opportunities, and I would be happy to fill you in. So those are my catch-ups, I think. I was going to also just show you, before I bring Janine on, a couple things that I packed for the retreat. So I had this vision, talk about visioning. I had a vision when I was planning the retreat that we'd be in warm, cozy sweaters, and we were the last night. But the first 2 days, it was 80 degrees, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have what I needed. And of course, coming off my Dublin trip, I didn't have much time to unpack one suitcase before I had to pack the other. But what I ended up doing was going out last week and just buying these. I bought 2 dresses. These dresses are everywhere. These lightweight, and I knew that I could do them sleeveless. I could do them without tights, with tights. I got this one for the first night, this lightweight one. And I also brought my lightweight leather jacket that went over both dresses so beautifully. So that's what I did. And the other thing I'm going to admit, because you all know how well packed I was for my Dublin trip. Not so much for this one. I had too much time. I knew I had my card. I knew I didn't have a plane to catch. But I ended up taking this, my bag that I bought in Dublin, my big oversized bag from Dublin, and I haven't even unpacked it yet. Every pair of boots and shoes went in here, because when I had to switch it up over when I went and got those dresses, I was like, oh my goodness, I could be wearing sandals, open-toed booties, tall booties, flats, sneakers. So I brought all of my shoes just so I would have options. And with those dresses, I also love to have, let me just grab it. A lot of people are asking me how to wear these dresses. So this is the dress. This is the dress I wore on the last night. But I also had a whole bunch of belts. So in addition to my boots, I threw all my belts in there just so that I could pick one that matched the jacket, which I did end up wearing, and also the shoes. So I hope that helps some of you guys. I do love these dresses because they're very lightweight and you can wear them all season. But adding the tights and the leather really gives them a lot of versatility. So that's the 2 outfits I wore at night. We had a blast, and on it goes. This weekend, I'm away going to New Jersey for a wedding, and I'm, of course, keeping an eye on the weather, and I've got 2 options. I think you have to have 2 options in New England when you're traveling or doing events in this kind of shoulder season, which is certainly lasting longer than this year than it ever has. So those are my updates on the retreat, the clothes I brought, packing, and now I would love to bring Janine Gerade up on the camera. And before you do, Maria, I'll just say a couple things about Janine. Janine, when I was thinking about November and guests and who I wanted to celebrate on the show, November is the month of gratitude. And I have known Janine Janine, you'll have to tell me when you come on, you were pregnant with your daughter, and I think your daughter might be 13. So Janine is a jewelry designer. She is a jack of all trades. She has worked in our office. She has supported our events, and she still is our go-to on all things jewelry. She is wonderful with design and bringing new pieces in for us and showing us what's going on. She also does all the repair work for all of our clients, and we'll be sure to include Janine's contact information. So if any of you have in your jewelry boxes some jewelry that you're just not sure about, maybe you can redesign it. She's going to show you how she does that. But she's just such a delight, and I can always rely on Janine. So Maria, can you bring Janine on, my good friend and my partner in crime and my person that I always call? Don't give up my secrets, Janine.
Thank you so much. That was such a sweet introduction.
Janine, when I have a social media question, when I have something that I need an answer to, I always know that Janine will get right back to me. And Janine, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I am great now, seeing your beautiful face and seeing your beautiful studio back there. How do you like our new set?
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
last
it.
time I saw you, I went to the store, but now we can just zoom you into our group.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to do it this way.
Okay, so what I thought I would do, because I really do want to celebrate you, my friend, before we get
Thank
into
you.
the baubles and the holiday stuff, tell everyone your story. You are such an artist. So tell us your story on how you discovered you were an artist. I believe you knew when you were quite young, and then kind of your path towards entrepreneurship and starting your own business in the jewelry space.
It was a long and windy road, but when I was a kid, I used to make safety pins. I used to put beads on safety pins for my friends, and I just loved making them. And I would give them out to my friends, and I'd trade them. And we used to stick them on our shoes back in the 80s. I mean, we're talking middle school, 1984, 86, whatever. And then I always pursued art in school and high school, and I went to the Art Institute of Boston, and I would make jewelry on the side. And then I graduated from a different college, from Mount Ida, with a graphic design degree, but I always made jewelry in the background. And then by some stroke of luck, I bought a flower shop in Needham years ago in around 2006. And I had that for about 3 years. And the front counter was all my jewelry. I would make the jewelry at home to relax from the floral business. So it was always there in the background. And then I had an opportunity to open an artist studio in Holliston. A spot opened up pretty affordable. And I would make my jewelry and do art there. And then it just aligned where a friend was like, hey, the front of my store's for rent. Why don't you sell your jewelry out of the front of my store? And I did really well that year. And then this space opened up, and I've been here for about 4 years, and I now really own a retail store. It's quite eye-opening, but I'm pretty excited about, what I'm doing and what I'm going to be doing.
Great. So tonight's program is what is in your holiday jewelry box. So let's start with what should be in your holiday jewelry box.
I actually have a holiday jewelry box here. This is a cute
Of course
one.
you do.
Yeah, I saw this. And some of the things that I put in here to kind of show you that is very popular, once again, are pins.
I know.
Vintage pins, brooches. We can do a lot with these. They're coming back in style.
Yep.
Stacks of stretch bracelets.
Oh, yep.
Those,
yep.
Those wearing mine. They're very popular. These do have to be restrung every couple of years. If you live in a warm climate like Florida or California, they would need to be restrung every so often, a lot quicker than here because of the dry, warm climates.
Tell us more about that. What goes on with that? That's interesting.
It's the elastic in the string in these. They get worn and they get brittle. Any elastic string, I have to restring my mother-in-law's from Florida probably every other year, because of the humidity and the high heat will break down the rubber and the elastic.
Well, that's interesting, because when I'm at the Cape a lot, and I have noticed that when I go back in the spring, the jewelry that I leave down there, a lot of times all the bands are stretched out.
Yes.
So that makes sense. Wow.
And you might also find your silver is tarnished because there's sulfur in the air. And sulfur is an agent that we actually darken silver with. So you might have to polish your jewelry more often because you're near the ocean.
Okay. And I'm going to come back to that too, Janine, because Janine is such a valuable resource for us whenever we have a question on jewelry care or somebody has an unusual thing happening. We always call Janine and she'll say, this is why, this is what they need. So we're going to come back to some of the at-home remedies that all of us can use to take care of jewelry. Go ahead. What else is in?
Let's see. A lot of people are buying these. These are raw gemstone pendants. I wire wrap them onto chain. And a lot of people would wear them layered, probably with other, and I'll talk about layering in a second, but all sorts of gemstones. And a lot of people read into the meanings of the gemstones and the different properties that they have. Layering, super
Go back to that, Janine. Go back to the stones.
Gemstones, sure.
Yeah. How much does that retail for in your store? And Sarah's going to get the links up in the chat.
Between $20 and $30, depending on what the stone is. This one is, let me see where my camera is. This
Yeah.
one's rose quartz. And you could see I did some wire wrapping on it. It's kind of like a net that holds it there. And then I wire wrapped the top part and put it on a chain. So this one's $20.
Okay, and I just wanted to again share with all of you at home why Janine is so valuable to us. If you had a gem like that was very special to you, and a lot of folks are into the gems and the crystals and all the energy that those bring. So if you're somebody that's into that and you have some special pieces, Janine could actually make a necklace for you.
Yes.
And we have done that for some of our clients. So
Absolutely.
I'm just going to interject some of these really cool things that Janine can do. So if you have some gemstones in your jewelry box, Janine can turn them into a beautiful piece of jewelry.
Another thing I've done for people is I've taken vintage earrings. Mm-hmm. This one was a vintage clip-on.
Oh, pretty.
And I glued them together to make a pendant.
So like a long Only you would do that. Oh my goodness. I love that.
And it's cemented together, so it's not going anywhere. I got to give you some.
So those were earrings? Those were 2 earrings.
Yeah, there were 2 clip-on earrings. I clipped off the back. I think I glued a bead in the center too. And it's one pendant. And it's really stunning.
I didn't have pierced ears for a long time, so I have just so many clips. I am going to go look at what I have, and I might be paying a visit over. Tell everybody where you're located, Janine.
I'm located at 841 Washington Street in Holliston. It's on Route 12616 where they meet. And I'm right next to the mobile gas station. There's parking out front on the street. And there's also a parking lot in the back for my neighbor is Holliston Vision. So if you look up Holliston Vision, we share the same address.
Okay, so if you're out holiday shopping, it is just the most delightful little magical store to stop into. And Janine also serves clients from all over the country, probably all over the world, because I know you have an SD site. But Sarah and I and the consultants here, we send things to Janine all the time. So she can, I'm always amazed, Janine. I send you something on a Thursday and a client will get it on a Friday or a Saturday. Like, I don't know, you have like a magical thing with the mail. So Janine can take anything in your jewelry box and repurpose it and redesign it. And you can either stop in or you can mail it. And I know that Sarah is getting your information up in the chat. Okay, keep going.
All right, what else do I have? Layering. I love layering. And this paperclip chain right here, the thicker chain, is so popular right now in silver and gold. This is just gold plated. Or is it gold filled? It might be gold filled. I don't sell precious jewels here, but I do try to get the highest quality gold filled or, highest quality jewelry that I can get. But I love layering.
And what do those pieces retail for, Janine?
This necklace right here is one whole necklace for $49. And the stone on the bottom is, I think it's labradorite. And it's kind of like a denim blue. It's really pretty. You can see that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So some gifts for you and some gifts for the people on your list. And the other thing that I like to do this time of year, and one of the reasons why we named the program What's in Your Holiday Jewelry Box, is I just went into mine and gathered some things and I'll show them to you. But if you're someone that is, really stressed on time and who is pressed for time, who isn't, and stressed about, the holidays, which who isn't, oftentimes what I'll do when I'm with a client, I'll say, let me just see your holiday jewelry. Let me see your razzle-dazzle sparkle. And a lot of times you can just put some holiday jewelry on a simple black dress and you're ready to go. I was watching the news last night. I think everybody was with the election, but I was up pretty late and I actually love seeing what all the reporters and the anchors are wearing. But there was a woman that had this just beautiful collared dress and it was this deep, deep green. And I thought the way that the seam was, how beautiful if she just had like a horizontal pin that she put on a vertical angle. It would have just looked so pretty. Yeah. And just in my own closet, I didn't have time to grab too much tonight. And I knew I had Janine coming in to do the show and tell. But this is like a little red dress that I've had for a long time. Probably been worn on this show. But this is a a pin that has a lot of meaning to me, but just pinning, I wear this red dress with the pin and look at how much different it looks.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
so see what you have in your jewelry box. And it's not just jewelry. See what else, see what you have with fun scarves and, some of the simple things like white, green, black, red, cranberry, just adding some jewelry. And if you have a dress that you like, hitting a shop like Janine's and just picking up some, this is the time of year to really load on the jewelry and have a lot of fun with it. Okay.
Yes.
What else, Janine, do you got?
Well, with that, the younger people and as gifts for pretty much anyone, studs are so in. I mean, studs have never really gone anywhere. But I do birthstone studs. I don't know if does that come out reverse? You can read that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So these I have a couple different ones. I have more coming. I got to make them. But this is the gemstone for August. This is a genuine peridot. I set them in silver and it has like, the properties for the stone. But it comes in this cute card that I designed. This one is $26 and they're different depending on the gemstone. I did have a set of diamonds. That pair was $120. So it really does depend.
Oh yeah. And this is the little earrings that Janine put in our gift bags for the retreat. And everybody just went crazy because they're so simple but so elegant. How long does it take you to make something like this, Janine?
That one not too long. That's resin. So the most of it was assembly and then curing, which is about 24 to 48 hours to make sure it's cured. I use 2-part epoxy resin.
Okay. So if you're someone that has multiple piercings too, they're really nice, right? If you've got
right. Yeah. I have 7 total. So I like to have a lot of.
Yeah. They're really pretty. Thank you again for doing that. And the other thing I'll say about Janine is her packaging. If you are ordering for Christmas, say, it's great if say you have, 7, 5 or 6 young people that you have to buy a gift for. You could do this. You could buy 7 pairs of the studs. And Janine's, you can't see the packaging is just so pretty. And I can speak for her. She is happy to put little bows and things on that to make your holiday shopping super easy.
Yes, I love to make it look presentable for sure. It's so much fun. So another thing that I think people love, I love, and I'm going to be getting more is, there's something about having a necklace of your dog or your cat. And I have a rabbit one too. This is a sterling silver dog one. This is more like a memorial necklace, but I have one without wings. I just think they're absolutely adorable. And people can wear them, to work. It's very classy. It's just solid sterling on sterling chain. And I have cats, dogs, and rabbits. And I'm looking for other little creatures.
And how much do those retail for, Janine?
This one is $42.
Okay. Can we do a little raffle tonight? Let's get that chat active. I'm not on the chat, but can we do a raffle for something tonight?
Yeah. Let's see. What can I do? How about, because I have a bunch of these. These are really popular. These are moons. Ooh. Moons are very popular. These are brass, kind of like a matte moon with kyanite, which is a very pretty denim blue stone that goes really well with jeans.
Oh yeah.
And these retail for $26. Why don't we raffle these off tonight?
Okay. All you got to put in that chat is thank you, Janine. And we're going to have Janine and Sarah, who are buddies as well. Janine and Sarah presented this year for our Stellar Style Inside Out membership group. Did a beautiful job on how to organize and care for all your jewelry. So this is just like a little mini session with Janine. But Sarah and Janine did such a beautiful job. So Sarah, get that chat started. All they've got to do is put thank you, Janine, and they're eligible to win those gorgeous little moon earrings. Love them. Okay, awesome.
And I have a couple more things. Hoops. Can we talk about hoops? How much I love hoops?
Yes, we can. Go ahead. I do too.
I like some that go a different direction, some that face forward as well. I think are really cool. These ones, I wire wrapped gemstones on the inside of them.
Oh, those are neat. Oh, so all you hoop girls, if you like hoops, Janine's got some really good, she's got a different spin on hoops here. And what are
So
those retails for?
these are 28, and I put stoppers on the back of them. Sometimes I do that with these hooks to keep them from falling out. And I always have them. So if you want them, you just ask for them when you buy a pair, and I'll pop them on. They're just, I think it's rubber. Yeah, it's black rubber.
I'm always calling Janine. Do you have any more backs of earrings? Because I'm always losing mine. So
It happens.
yeah, we all need a Janine in our lives when you love jewelry as much as we all do.
And these aren't a traditional hoop. Wait, I think, here we go. I made quite a few pairs of these. These are, it's kind of like a hoop where the chain is attached to the backing. It's called an ear nut, the back. So it's attached right to it. This one is hematite. It's $38, sterling silver stud, but the chain goes around your earlobe.
Wow. Oh, I love
have a couple different types
what
of
a
these.
great gift those are. So if you guys have any Yankee swaps coming up, if you have a girlfriend night, or if you're looking for something for special girlfriends, again, Janine, I can't say enough about how wonderful it is to work with you and your packaging. I'm a packaging girl. I asked Janine to give us, to provide 15 earrings for our retreat because we had 15 guests. And I get them the next day in a beautiful bag in little individual boxes. I didn't have to do anything. So thank you, Janine.
You're welcome. My pleasure. So yeah, I think my box is empty now. Yeah.
Okay. So what else do you want to show us? What else do you got going on over there for holiday? So tell us all, because, just give us a sense of retail. Is Black Friday still like the day? Cyber Monday, is that better? What's the day? What is?
I feel like it's spread out now. It's starting earlier. People are starting to really shop now. And I heard that Black Friday, because they're not really opening there, which is a good thing because they're allowing their employees to stay home with their families, the big box stores, that I think they're spreading their sales out along the 2 weeks coming up to it. So that's good for me too, because people will be coming into my store, not just, mass heading to the box stores. So hopefully that's the case. That's what I think is happening.
And Small Business Saturday, is that still the Saturday after Thanksgiving?
Yes, it is. And it's still a big holiday. My town used to have the holiday stroll. We tried to get that going. Just we didn't going in time. So we're doing something alternative where I think if you shop at specific stores in my town, they will give you a gift certificate, or you can win a gift certificate to any store in town. That includes my store.
Oh, great.
And I will be having a special deal for people who shop in person that day for sure.
Okay. So it's still Black Friday, but not so big anymore. Yeah. Small Business Saturdays where you get the foot traffic, right? That's like a big foot traffic. Absolutely. And then Cyber Monday is still pretty big, right? You'll be running sales for Cyber Monday.
There'll be some sort of discount code going out to my email subscribers on, on Cyber Monday. So,
okay. So show us we got a couple more minutes. Show us some other things. You are so talented. Do you have any paintings?
I do.
Show us some paintings. Your paintings are amazing. Let's see. Janine's also a graphic designer, so that's why her website's so beautiful, and also all of her packaging.
Oldie buddy goodie. This one was in acrylic.
Oh, beautiful. And those are for sale at your store as well.
Yeah, this one is for sale. I'll show you one I did recently. It's an abstract. It wasn't a show this weekend, but I didn't sell it.
Oh, I saw that you were in a show. Oh, so beautiful. Is that the beach?
It's called like a lighthouse.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Bright red.
How did you do at that? You were at the grist mill. Where were you?
The Holliston Mill.
Yeah. How'd you do?
It's on Water Street. Yeah, I did pretty good.
Good. I saw pictures of you online. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And before we let you go, talk also about your Etsy. And Sarah can certainly get that up. How's business on Etsy? Tell people in the audience a little bit more about Etsy.
I'm actually trying to pull away a little bit from Etsy because I haven't had much traffic on there lately. In the last 2 years or so, there are about 20 items up on there. So I still have a lot of the vintage jewelry on there. And I do have some templates for other artists that they can download for a small fee. So I have that on there. So I'm starting to put more graphic arts on there. But most of it, almost everything's on my website. So I have over 700 items on my website.
Oh my goodness, Sarah! You guys remember, put thank you, Janine, for your chance to win those gorgeous earrings, and you'll get them, tomorrow because she's got so
No, don't make that guarantee. I will pack them up tomorrow for sure.
Oh, and one more question, and then I'll let you go. Do you have
Sure.
an example of something that you repurposed? Like you showed us those earrings, which is brilliant. You guys saw that. She took clip earrings and glued them together and then made it into a necklace. What else do you have? I know Sarah has brought stuff over to you, and I've had you restring things for me. But if you're going through your jewelry box and you find vintage pins and jewelry, there's a lot that Janine can do. Even if you mail it to her, she can jump on a Zoom with you and go through it. So you can. We have people from all over the country on this live show.
This I took apart and rebeaded.
That was somebody's?
These are beads that I think I got through my family and I took apart. Yeah, so they were, yeah.
Okay, so and you just made that. Okay, show us another example. Another one? Nothing like putting you on the spot, right?
This one I switched the crystals out. They were a lovely, not so great green. And I switched them out. It's a stretchy, but these middle metal parts are vintage. I don't know if they're actually vintage. I mean, I don't know if 90s is considered vintage now, which is scary.
Yeah, 90s is vintage. Oh no, I guess you're right. But that's not a happy thought for me since my kids were born in the 90s. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're vintage. It's not fair.
Okay, so thank you, Janine. And if you have jewelry that doesn't fit you anymore, that you need to have adjusted, or you'd like something restrung, Janine is your gal. I guarantee that you will be very delighted with not only dealing with her, but how talented she is as well. And Janine, from the hundreds of clients that we have served by you helping us redesign special pieces, fix jewelry that they never thought was fixable. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so awesome. Much. That's my pleasure. Completely.
So that wraps up our show. And again, we always pay a lot of gratitude forward, but it was just my delight in the month of November. I had Janine kind of penciled in. November is my month for Janine. And next week, I am going to be going over to Milton's. We had Dana Katz here, about 2 months ago, told us all about his family business. They celebrated, oh my goodness, I think it was 100 years in business this year. But I am going over to their new store in Burlington where they have a wedding bar for the men. I'm going to, hopefully my son, John, will go with me. And my Tim's coming home this week. So maybe I'll have both of my boys with me, but I'm going to go over and sit down with Dana and go through what's new for the guys. So please join, even if you don't have a special guy in your life or kids. It's just always interesting to see men's fashion and women's fashion is so uniquely tied these days. So if you have weddings, we'll show you everything that's in style for the grooms, for the guests, and also do some show and tell on the new styles, new colors that you might like to pick up for people on your gift giving list. So that is it for tonight. Thank you so much, Janine. Thank you, Maria, who's over here running our beautiful studio. And thanks to Sarah, who's over in the Facebook group with all of you guys. You got about 2 more seconds to write thank you, Janine, to qualify for the free gift. But we will see you all again next week. And again, thank you so much for showing up. When you show up, we show up, and we have a really wonderful time. So I'll see you again next week. Have a great rest of the week here. It's Wednesday. November is moving, and we'll see you next week. Okay, see you later, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye, Janine. Bye, Maria. Bye, Sarah.